Coming up on this week's JBCN headline news, updates on world sports. Then the House approves a labor deal for the rail strike. But first, Minnesotan nurses plan a strike. Stay tuned and informed on this week's headline news. I'm Nick McGrain, and welcome back to JBCN Headline News. Peyton Nelson takes us to the Target Center for this week's sports headline. Take it away, Peyton.
Hi, I'm Peyton Nelson. Welcome to this week's sports headline here from Minneapolis, Minnesota on a chilly 11-degree night. The Minnesota Timberwolves will face the Oklahoma City Thunder this Saturday at home. This past Thursday, the Minnesota Vikings defeated the New England Patriots 33-26. The Minnesota Vikings will be at home this weekend to take on the New York Jets. The Minnesota Wild won their last game against the Arizona Coyotes 4-3. Before we wrap things up, the United States men's soccer team defeated Iran 1-0 and are moving on to the knockout stage along with Argentina and Portugal. Those three teams are the first three teams to advance to the knockout stage, and we still await to see who's next. That's all for this week's sports headline. I'm Peyton Nelson, wrapping up here from Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Thank you. The Minnesota Nurses Association, MNA, voted on November 30th to strike against unfair labor practices. The strike is set to happen at 7 a.m. The president of the Minnesota Nurses Association had this to say, quote, "Our hospitals are in crisis, and our CEOs have failed nurses and patients. They have failed to solve the crisis of patient care, and they have failed to solve the crisis of working conditions pushing nurses away from the bedside." End quote. Railroad worker unions and their respective companies have been in negotiations for paid time off and safer working conditions for months. Unions plan to strike during the winter holiday season if a resolution is not met. The House passed legislation on the 30th of November, 290 to 137, to approve a solution to stop the strike. The plan will include a 24% pay increase for the years 2020 to 2024, as well as an extra paid day off. In a separate vote that passed 221 to 200, the House also agreed the railroad workers should receive 7 paid days of sick leave. If a deal is not met by December 9th, workers do plan to strike. Thank you. That's all for this week. Be sure to tune in next time.